So I've always had a mild to severe obsession with chocolate and sweet things. And when I was younger, living with my dad, Bernard, he always had the tendency of bringing people into our home. Sometimes people just needed a place to stay. Sometimes he'd help people get back up on their feet. Sometimes it would be family, friends, whatever. So generally speaking, there was usually a lot of movement in the house. There were a lot of people, so there was always a lot of food and things like that. And when I was younger, what I would do to satiate my desire for chocolate and sweet things is that I would go around in the kitchen and find all the best things that I liked, like sometimes it was chocolate, sometimes it was chocolate cereal, things like that. And I'd sneak them out of the kitchen to my room where I could eat everything all by myself. So, I'm going to use this as an example for how we convince ourselves that we should get everything that we want, even if it deprives other people of what they want. Because I knew that other people would have liked to have some of these things, but I just wanted it more than what I cared about what they wanted. So, yes. This happens on a lot of different levels within us. So there's this tiny little voice in the back of your mind that's saying to you, it's okay, you know, if no one sees you taking it, they won't know it was you. Everything will be fine. No one's going to blame you. No one's going to know. And you know what? There's other stuff that they can have and be happy with. No one likes chocolate as much as I do. So, you know, it's okay if I take all of it and eat all of it because I really, really like it. And if we're looking in the ratio of how much someone likes things, I'm definitely right on top with chocolate. You know, I should get all the chocolate, all of it. Other people can have other things, and that's fine. It's totally okay. No one needs to know. So it'll be kind of like that kind of dialogue going on inside my head. And when I was in the kitchen, in the moment of looking for and taking and sneaking away with chocolate or with some yummy cereal or whatever it was quite exciting. It was like I knew I was doing something naughty, and a part of me felt bad, but a part of me also didn't really care. And it was like this adrenaline rush of doing something sneaky and naughty, something I shouldn't be doing, and tricking people. And like, it's almost like this empowering feeling that comes up of, I'm the one who's taking this stuff and no one will ever know and no one can ever prove that it was me. So there's a lot of like stuff happening within this whole dynamic of doing things we're not supposed to do, taking things that we don't want to share that other people would have liked to also have some of, and maybe even other people were entitled to have some of. Like, for example, in my situation, it was a communal space that I was taking from and taking all of one thing away. So it was actually there for everyone to share, but I removed that opportunity from other people. So if we relate this kind of experience, this play out of taking things that we shouldn't take onto different areas of our lives, like maybe cheating on a test at school, or cheating a co-worker out of a really sought after client or deal or something like that, taking the lost donut at work in the office kitchen, taking someone else's lunch, and then even on bigger scales, how corporations exploit the various different things, like people working in sweatshops, or how corporations outsource to other companies who do the exploitation. The corporation actually knows what's happening, but they play dumb. Corporations exploiting natural resources without regard for the long-term effects, the many lives that are affected by that exploitation. All of these little things that we do in our lives, that we think it's okay, it's just me, it's just in a small context, it's not going to hurt anyone. Sometimes it does hurt someone, but sometimes we don't care. And all of these small things are what create the bigger things. It's like like when you're dealing with animal behavior, and I imagine it's similar with child behavior, the smaller habitual behaviors gradually become more severe and more extreme and become bigger and bigger and bigger until you have a full-blown dysfunctional habit that actually is detrimental to the child or animal, or in our case ourselves. So that aspect of us in our personal lives, in the small things that we do, in the small ways that we live, creating and being part of creating the bigger things, that is that aspect of how we are each responsible for creating the world as it is now, because we allow that same behavior in ourselves, and the people who have done it on larger scales, they're doing exactly the same thing. They just have had the guts or the ambition or the disregard for others to do it on that bigger scale. And that's why being part of creating change starts with creating that change within ourselves, recognizing how we actually are living all of these little points of corruption, of disregard, disrespect, exploitation, not caring, all of these little things, lack of compassion in our personal lives that play a part in the bigger picture of on a global scale, in a community scale, in a country, the scale of a country. Just trying to see if there's anything else to cover. I can't think of anything. So if there are any points that you think I could elaborate on better, go deeper into, something that I missed, please let me know. You can leave a comment or send a direct message. If you have any topic requests, please do the same. You can support me on Patreon. The link is in the description. Otherwise, I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching.